Why small businesses should hire an accountant. The problem for small businesses. Many small businesses encounter problems with finances and how they are handled, and these problems sometimes exist because of the owners, who do not have the necessary knowledge and preparation for handling finances. Mistakes can be caused by a number of things, such as through an owner's lack of understanding of taxes. Paying taxes appropriately can be a very confusing and long task, and laws are updated repeatedly. Owners also can be unaware of more recent technology that can better keep track of finances. According to a study performed by Wakefield Research and Concur, 84% out of the small businesses studied still do not use the more efficient technology, when accounting done by hand makes it more likely for mistakes to take place. Finally, owners sometimes never learn how to take advantage of a budget or simply ignore the usefulness of one. A budget can greatly help protect a business from debt and overspending. The use of a budget is highly recommended by accounting professionals such as Matt Hicks, whose company, Flip Accounting, specializes in helping small business owners with financial processes. The solution. Owners of small businesses who are not familiar with the processes of finances should hire an accountant, specifically a certified public accountant or a CPA. A CPA has all the financial training and understanding that a small business owner will ever need, especially when it comes to taxes, budgets, and technology. The main reason why a small business needs a CPA is because CPAs are highly qualified and capable of providing reliable advice in any financial situation. A great example of a hard-working, helpful CPA is my aunt, Brenda Spencer, who assists my uncle, John Spencer, in the local electrical company that he has started called Integrity Instrumentation, Controls, and Electrical, or Integrity ICE. Brenda Spencer told me of a time when she gave her husband some great advice about a process that the business had. Integrity ICE kept many of their tools and trailers on rented land or in containers as the business was still new, and renting for such a need was much more affordable and sensible than owning a lot of trailers to store or move equipment. Once the business began growing and stabilized, however, Brenda Spencer suggested to the management that the business should no longer rent. She suggested they should buy more trailers that could move equipment from one work site to another. Spencer provided reliable proof to support her suggestion. She made a visual representation of how much renting costed the business in total versus how much buying and relocating more movable trailers would cost. Some businesses decide instead to work with an accounting business to avoid the high costs of paying their own personal accountant. Brenda Spencer is a witness to this, as she said, quote, "Many small businesses have in-house bookkeepers or accountants to handle the paying bills and sending invoices, but they often outsource more complicated accounting functions." End quote. She also commented on how uncommon it is for a CPA to work for a small business. However, a business's personal accountant can offer dedicated and devoted advice. The accountant would be able to fully focus on that small business instead of worrying about working for multiple clients. It is possible for a small business to survive without the help of a CPA, but this is only a plausible idea if the owners already know some things about finances. For example, Chestnut Photography is a local photography and videography business that does not have an on-staff CPA. Instead, it is run by my grandparents, Carrie and Barbara Chestnut, and my dad, Scott Chestnut, who all have a general understanding of how to manage their business's money. According to Scott Chestnut, an understanding of finances has been important to the company's survival, especially when considering not only the features, but also the prices, when buying new expensive recording tools, such as cameras and microphones, along with other needed materials. Chestnut has heard of a way to possibly amortize such business expenses, meaning the business could receive tax benefits over longer periods of time. Unfortunately, he doesn't know enough about it personally to successfully use it in Chestnut Photography, and claims that having a CPA could help the business with such an issue by answering questions and suggesting ways to use such tricks. Judging from these personal experiences of businessmen and women, it is apparent that receiving advice from a trained CPA would be worthwhile for owners and their small businesses. Advice given from a CPA could not only protect a business from spending more money than necessary, but could also help a business to gain more money in the long run. This is why a small business should hire a CPA.